Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video I am coming at you with a brand new palette from a brand new brand. This is a sister brand to Oden's Eye. The brand is called BUSTER'S and they have their first palette releasing on August the 25th, I believe 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me double check on that. Yes, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on August the 25th. Let me show you their palette. It is this bright, beautiful, colorful thing right here. It is called the Garden Busters palette and I've already used mine a couple of times. So this one doesn't look brand spanking new anymore, but I had the good sense of taking a little video when it was brand new. So let me go ahead and pop that on the screen for you. As you can see, this palette has beautiful, beautiful, bright, colorful shades that are, in my opinion, still pretty on the wearable side. In today's video, the plan is to do 3 different eyeshadow looks. I got this palette probably like 3 weeks to a month ago, and every chance I've gotten I have played with it. So I already recorded the 2 first looks that you will see in today's video, and today I'm going to do a 3rd look. It feels like I'm doing the most for this video, this being an unknown brand to all of us, but I have thoroughly enjoyed playing with this palette. Every look I've created so far has been so fun. The first one, which I'll put a picture on the screen of the result of the first one, you saw it over on my Instagram page a couple of weeks ago when I first did it. I believe I filmed a video with it on, and I got asked so many times about the palette that I was using, and I got so many compliments on the eye look, which I absolutely loved that eye look, by the way. So I have been really liking this palette is my point. I do have a discount code with BUSTER'S if you guys are interested. Same as with Oden's Eye, my code is PATTY10 and you can save 10% off of your purchase if you're interested in buying this palette. There's been a lot of neutral palettes releasing lately and you guys have been complaining that you want color. Well, we have color in this palette and really good performance as well. I am first going to swatch the palette for you, which is something I haven't done yet. I started playing with it on my eyes, but I haven't swatched it. So we'll swatch the palette first, then I'll go into the 2 eyeshadow looks that I already created, and then we'll do a 3rd eyeshadow look today. So let's get into it. Here are the first 4 shades on my finger, and let's go ahead and swatch them. We have the color Sunny first, which, wow, super creamy, and a very pigmented yellow shimmer. I believe this was like an inner corner color in one of my looks and I loved it. Then the color Green Apple, which is this beautiful neon green matte shade. Then we have the shade Peach right here, which is this really beautiful, very, very light peach shimmer shade. Absolutely love it. Also very creamy, by the way. And the color Carrot Cake is this almost neon, I would say, orange shade. Maybe not neon, it's just a bright orange that looks really beautiful as well. These are swatching incredible so far. Some of the formulas remind me a little bit of Oden's Eye, but like not quite the exact same. Just as good, I would say, but different. Like the shimmers are a bit more finely milled, and then as far as like color story comparison, I don't think Oden's Eye does super bright shades like these. They usually have a color story that combines more so like darker shades with neutrals with shimmers. This palette overall seems just brighter and more youthful. Also the packaging is very different. Good quality cardboard packaging, but it's a lot thicker than what Oden's Eye usually does. Anyways, let's keep swatching. We have one of my favorite shimmers coming up, which is the shade Tomato Juice, and it is this beautiful duochrome gold orange shade right here. I love it. Then we have the shade Pear, which is the lightest matte color in the palette. I'm going to build Pear up a little more to see if we can see it better, but it's basically a very light base type of matte shade. Then comes the shade Melon, which is a neon-ish green shimmer, really beautiful. Melon also looks like a beautiful duochrome shade, the way the light reflects off of it. And then the next color is the shade Lemonade. I just now realized that we're alternating mattes and shimmers in this palette. I hadn't noticed that before. Anyways, here's Lemonade, which is like a pastel yellow color. Really beautiful and pigmented, especially for how light it is. Here is the next 4 shades. We have the colors P, which is this absolutely beautiful shimmer blue duochrome color, very pigmented, very creamy. I love it. Then we have a matte brown shade called Soil, as you can see, also super creamy and blendable. The next color is called Onion, which is this beautiful purple color. And then we have the shade Fig, which is a purple matte shade. Last 3 colors are the shades Orange C, which is like a duochrome blue orange, but I only see the blue, honestly. The orange was more so on the pan. Blueberry is a matte blue color, and then the last shade is called Grape, which is a more cool toned purple. I like this purple more than this purple. It's like a blue purple shade. Anyways, take a look right here at these stunning swatches of this BUSTER'S Garden Busters palette. Obsessed with the way all of the shimmers swatch, to be honest with you, and the mattes were not bad at all. I think the only thing left to say before we jump into the first look is the price of the palette. This palette retails for $42.90. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into the first look. Okay, so you guys are going to get the first tutorial with a voiceover because I don't know what I was thinking the day I filmed this, but I didn't speak when I was doing my makeup. I was just enjoying the process and filming a few like short videos at the same time. Anyways, the first color I grabbed was the color Pear, which is the very light matte shade in the palette, and I used it as a base. I blended it all over the crease of my eye, all the way to the eyebrow with a big fluffy brush. I believe this is the Rephr number 27. And then I grabbed the shade Lemonade with the same Rephr number 27 brush, and I used the shade Lemonade as my transition shade all throughout the crease of my eye. I did windshield wiper motions with it and went back to it like a couple of times just to build up intensity, since it's a very light pastel type of shade, but it was the perfect transition for the next color, which was the color Green Apple. I used the Rephr number 15 brush to apply the shade Green Apple, and I started on the outer corner of the eye, the outer V, if you will, so outer third of the eyelid, mixing it up into the crease ever so slightly. And I absolutely loved this shade. Moving on to some shimmer, I could not wait to try the shade Tomato Juice, so I had to put it all over my eyelid. I started in the center and then started with my finger blending it inwards all the way to the inner part of the eyelid area, and a little higher than my natural crease goes, and just built a bit of intensity by tapping the shade on the center of my eyelid. Back with a very small detailed blending brush. I believe this is a Rephr number 14 that I'm using. I did this 2 weeks ago, so I don't quite remember, but it looks like a Rephr number 14. Anyways, I grabbed the shade Soil with that Rephr number 14, and I started blending it on the outer third of the eyelid, angling it out towards the end of my eyebrow, and then also blended it right underneath the outer third of the lower lash line. For this eye look, for some reason, which is very unlike me, I didn't want the shade Soil to blend right into the neon green that I had previously added. I wanted it to look more so like a smoky wing, so I started placing the shade kind of strategically as like a wide, thick, smoky wing on the outer third of the eyelid, like a half wing, smoked out type situation. So you see that I'm not going back with a fluffy brush to blend it into the neon green. I am keeping it nice and tight with the detail blending brush. Then I grabbed the shade Sunny with a small flat brush. I believe this is a number 2 mini from Rephr, and I added that shade to the inner corners of my eye. And I also did a little bit of defining the eyelid with the same shade and the same brush, which is a step that I always love to do. Here you see me making sure that this blush goes with this eye look. This is from Armani, the Luminous Silk blushes, the peach one. And then I blended it in with my brush from Rare Beauty. absolutely love the way this came together. I applied my highlighter with a Rephr 01 Max, and this is, I'm obsessed with this highlighter, you guys. It's so good, isn't it? So good. It just shines so good, and you don't see my texture. I love it. This is the Natasha Denona High Glam highlighter. Been obsessed with it ever since I tried it. For my eyeliner, I had to use the shade Camu Camu from the Natasha Denona eyeliners. Obsessed with this shade, and it goes perfect with this eye look. Then after some mascara, I applied some bright lashes. I'll have the name of the bright lashes in the description box because I don't remember at the moment, but they were perfect for this eye look. I absolutely love the way everything turned out. I was feeling myself with this eyeshadow look. It's like nice and colorful, but like soft and glamorous, and it makes my eyes pop. I'm obsessed, okay? I'm obsessed. Let's move on to the second one. Today is my second time playing with this palette, and I am going to do an eyeshadow look inspired by Batty Bean. If you don't know who she is, follow her over on Instagram. She does really beautiful eyeshadow looks that are colorful and usually a little bit out of my comfort zone, but she did this eyeshadow look right here the other day in a video, and I fell in love with it instantly, and I want to try and recreate it with this eyeshadow palette. I don't have every single shade I need, so mine's going to look slightly different, but I just loved how she played with the colorful neon eyeshadows underneath her eyes rather than on top. She did a very bold eyeliner. We'll see about that because you guys know I'm not the best at eyeliner, but anyways, I'm excited to see if I can recreate her eyeshadow look. So I'm going to start by priming. This is my Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer, which is my favorite. Whenever I don't always use eyeshadow primer, but whenever I do, this is my go-to for sure. And with a concealer brush from Sigma, I'm just going to spread that all over, and I'm actually going to go under with the primer as well. Just gives you the perfect clean canvas. So for my crease, I'm going to mix shades Pear and a little bit of Soil. Mostly Pear though, I want it to be quite light. And I'm going to back and forth with a Rephr number 15 brush. Blend those colors on the crease, just for a little bit of depth, nothing crazy. Just like that, back and forth, blending that really well. Okay, I'm darkening it up a little more just because I felt like it. I think she has it a little lighter than this, but again, this is sort of my interpretation of her look. Anyways, I like the way things are looking. Nice and soft, cool toned crease, but still a little bit of depth. So then I'm going to use the color Tomato Juice with my finger, and I'm going to just pat that color all throughout my eyelid, all the way to the innermost part of the eyelid, patting it in place, just like that. This color is, I think, pretty similar to what she used in her video, and it's nice and sparkly, which is the most important. So I'm just tapping it in place right there. These shimmers are so freaking pretty. So just like that, I'm grabbing a flat brush and defining my eyelid a bit with that same color Tomato Juice. And then she did the eyeliner, so pray for me. I'm going to use my Urban Decay 24/7 ink liner. Her eyeliner was quite bold and it absolutely worked with the eyeshadow look, so I made my eyeliner bold as well. Oh crap. Hooded eye problems. Let me fix that. Also, I ended up switching to my Natasha Denona eyeliner because my Urban Decay one is dry. Which is not a great thing because it definitely was not used enough for it to dry out like that. But it is probably more than a year old, so it might have expired. Anyways, the liquid eyeliner from Natasha Denona is amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a small-ish blending brush, and I'm going to start with the shade Carrot Cake. I don't have a pink matte in this palette, so this is going to be my outer under corner shade, and so I'm just going to add it right underneath my lower lash line and drag it a little further down than you normally would. Next, I'm going to grab the shade Lemonade, same brush, and I'm going to blend it right under the center of my eye, again extending it down. And then I'm going in with the color Green Apple And this is going to be the shade right underneath my tear duct. On my inner corner, I'm going to add the shade Sunny right there. And I think there are a few things that bring this look together. An eyeliner in the waterline will for sure help. I'm going to use this one from NYX. This is the NYX Epic Wear eyeliner in the shade Cosmic Yellow. And Betty did it with a pink because she started out with a pink. I started out with an orange, so I'm going to get a very warm blush to kind of make it high enough to mix in with that first eyeshadow we applied under there. I have options. I think I'm going to go with Say Beauty and also Armani. So I'm going to apply the Say Beauty one right back here. Ooh, that is not as warm as I thought it would be. That might still work though. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to find another one that matches a little better in a second, but I wanted to put the Armani one right up front. By the way, that is the Say Beauty blush in the shade Poppy and the Armani blush in shade 50.5. I think I found a blush that will kind of work. So this right here, it looks very light. It's Warm Sun from Oden's Eye. I think it'll soften the eyeshadow and make it meet slash mix with the rest of the blushes. So let's try it. Rephr number 1 and that orange eyeshadow. And then with that same brush, I'm going to soften the orange eyeshadow with the Oden's Eye blush. I'm going to get the Alexandra Anel blush and work this blush on the upper side of my cheekbone, mixing it with the rest. So here's how things are looking so far. There is one more thing that will tie this look together, and that is a good fun pair of fluffy lashes. Take a look right here. And we only have one more thing to do, which is some lips. Okay, so for lip liner, I'm going to use Fawn from Lisa Eldridge, which is a warmish nude. Is it warmish? I don't know, but I'm having a difficult time matching this eyeshadow look to a lip, so I'm going to try it. I already tried a couple of things that I didn't love. Okay, this is better. This is the Anastasia gloss in the shade Diamond. I like this better. I was trying to match the orange, but I'd rather match the glitter. And this right here is the finished second look with this palette. Check it out. Now that you've seen looks 1 and 2, let's go ahead and jump into look number 3. I'm going to start with my Rephr number 15 and the shade Pear, and I'm going to add Pear to the crease of my eye as a base. And I'm simply doing windshield wiper motions with my Rephr number 15. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do for the third look, but it would be common sense to use some of the blue shades since that's what I haven't used, but I haven't used them because I don't usually like blue eyeshadow, so I don't know if I should go there or not. I'm going to go into the shade Lemonade and add it to the crease of my eye, still using the Rephr number 15. I am still thinking about that blue shade and whether or not I want to use it. I might just do it under the eyes. I don't know. We'll see. For now, Lemonade all throughout the crease. And I'm going to deepen up the outer corner with the shade Soil, which is the matte brown. So I'm going to first dip into Soil with Lemonade, just kind of back and forth, mixing the shades together. And add that mixture to the crease of my eye, blending it into the shade Lemonade, so that we can slowly make things a little deeper. All of this I've done with the Rephr number 15, just back and forth, because I want everything to look very, very blended. So here's what I have so far with the Rephr number 1. I'm going into just the shade Soil and patting it on the outer third of the eyelid on its own, and then with the tip of that Rephr number 1 brush, blending it inwards around halfway in. I'm going to grab the shade Grape right here, and this is going to be, I believe, yeah, the center of the eyelid color. So I'm just going to tap it right through the center here. I don't know how I feel about this look yet. I'm not loving it. We'll see. So, Grape in the center. The shade Grape is beautiful, by the way. It just doesn't match what I did on the crease. And I don't know if I'm going to make it come together. We'll see. So, Grape in the center. What a stunning shimmer purple shade. I love it. I'm going to get the shade P, which is the blue. I keep just grabbing random shades. And I'm going to add it to the inner third of the eyelid with a flat brush from Rephr. This is a Rephr number 2. And I'm going to define the eyelid space with it. Right up till the center of the eyelid here. These shimmers are extremely creamy, by the way. And I am, of course, doing the same thing over on this side. So with my Rephr number 1, I'm going into the shade Fig, which is the purple mattes, and I'm going to add it right in between the brown matte and the purple shimmer shade right here. I like that, I like that. Okay, let me do it over here as well. Just tapping it in between the matte and the shimmer. And with the Rephr number 13, I'm going to also add it to the outer third of my under eye and make it meet with the top right back here. The plan was to add the matte blue to the inner part, but I feel like if I do that, this will stop making sense. I hated it at first, but I kind of like where we are right now. My first look was my favorite though. So what I'll do is I'll mix the purple with the cream and smoke it out. And then this mixture I'll take all the way to the tear duct. I think we need more purple up on top. So I'm going to add more Fig and take it all the way to the outer corner, which I hadn't done before. And even mix it up a little towards the crease. Yep, I like that better. Back with the Rephr number 2 and the shade Sunny. I'm going to add that to my inner corner, just like so. For my waterline, I went with a very dark, deep burgundy eyeliner. I tried a blue first, but I hated it, so this is what we went with. Let me do the rest of my makeup and I'll be back with the final look. Alright, and so check it out. This right here is the third and finished eyeshadow look. This one definitely darker and bolder than the other 2 looks that I did. I like it, but I don't love it as much as looks 1 and 2. Look 1 being my absolute most favorite. I think I just did the most for look number 3 because I was trying to use like all of the shades I hadn't used, and this is what came out. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. What I do love is the eyeshadow palette though, and the formulas of it. Just the fact that the first look I did came out of here makes me really love this palette because I am obsessed with the first look that I did. Besides that, I feel like I did not play but could with like combining the orange and the brown. Like the warmer colors for fall would be really good. Maybe I should have done that for the third look instead of what I did. I was just focused on the fact that I didn't use the blue and purple anyways. I'll stop blabbing about that. Besides putting on mascara and lashes, I applied the Armani Luminous Silk blush in shade 62. And on my lips, I have this combo. This is the ColourPop lip liner in the shade Beeper and the Anastasia Super Cluster lip gloss. I guess the shade is Super Cluster. So that is what I have on my lips. I picked this one because it has blue sparkles and it would kind of match the eye. So that is it. That concludes this video. These are my 3 looks with the new Garden Busters palette by the brand By Us. If you're interested, use code PATTY10 to shop for yours. I have to admit, I had a ton of fun filming this video and I really love the quality of the shadows in here. I love you all so much. If you liked today's video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel before you leave. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.